Hey, sports fans, Louis Diamond, live in our Las Vegas handicapping studios. Guys, listen, we got it all. We got all the information you need to make yourself a winner, and we're going to get a lot more games for those chicken dinners with the Big Ten coming back into play. Love to hear that, getting some more action for us. Great opportunities. College basketball on schedule. We got a lot of action, a lot of things to build on, and we here at BettorCenter will be providing you some great information every day. We try to get on at 9 a.m., a little late again today, but as my wife said, there's real time, and then there's Louis time. So I don't know how that happened, but here we are. But 9 a.m. every day, YouTube, Louis Diamond, YouTube/Louis Diamond. If you subscribe, as soon as you can get here, as soon as we can get here, you're going to get us. You'll get the notification on the phone. Most of you guys know that. So it'd be great if you guys can subscribe so we can get you this information. It's not just picks, guys. It's detailed information on the nuances of handicapping the games. So, yes, there's shows like this popping up all over the place, and it's coming. Sports gambling's legal. So it is coming, and it's being infested with a lot of fraudsters, number one, and it's being infested with a lot of guys that are being paid by the bookie to give you the information. Number two, we're here to provide winners. We're not friends of the bookies, guys. We are the enemy of the bookie, and we're going to prove that to you. The bookies, they're really afraid of us being good. And that's really what drives us here. And you know who I have here with us today? Our resident handicappers, Del Warfield, Tony Gullidge in the first segment. And the second segment, we'll be splitting it up with Tony C., our man on the street, Cusimano, at Yankee Stadium today, giving us the scoop on the Yankees and the Blue Jays. We'll follow that up with Chip Chirimbus, a New Yorker himself, and Ross Benjamin, the other side of New York, the fun side, Buffalo, the guys that know how to have a good time, Rochester, yeah. Oh, I didn't mean that, did I? Yes, I did. All right, anyways, guys, let's get right down to, before we even get into the NFL game, I got to ask Del, you got a 75-1 ticket on the Denver Nuggets to win, and you have a 100-1 ticket on the Miami Heat. Am I hearing this correct?
Yeah, that's right. I do a lot of future bets. A lot of them I put in before the season even starts. So I was able to get that Heat one before they even signed Jimmy Butler's. I had a couple losers too. I picked the long shots like the Timberwolves and stuff, but the Heat are still in it. They have a chance to actually get to the championship game, so that's really exciting. And I was able to get the Nuggets actually mid-playoffs as well. Sorry, my dog's barking.
That's right.
But I was able to get the Nuggets mid-playoffs as well at 75-1 before they even got to the Lakers. So, yeah, I got two really high future bets that are got potential to actually be something.
Well, let me ask you something. It really doesn't matter how much you bet on them. You pulled the trigger on it. We're not interested in the jerk off Vegas Dave story here. How many tickets did you really buy this season? How many future tickets did you really buy?
Yeah, so usually for every single sport, I invest about 4 units or so. So for this one, it was a Heat. I put a half unit on the Heat. I got 1 unit on the Nuggets. No, half unit on the Nuggets. So yeah, I invested about 5 units in total, but I got about 1 unit currently still alive. So yeah, no $1 million to win 20 million or anything like that. So, but we got good odds.
Very nice, and congratulations on that, Del. Those are some nice tickets, and got to keep you real excited. I mean, I got a little 10-1 on Boston, so I'm having a tough time really pulling the trigger on that. Our trigger on Miami, who's really hot right now. But before we get into all that basketball, but that's nice. Congratulations on that. And if, guys, you want to get Del's future picks, I mean, he's got some football out there. I'm not sure exactly. I know in the preview show you gave us a few plays. But Warfield Elite on Facebook, you'll be able to catch Del and catch up with him and talk to him about that. So we also got Tony Gullidge here. And Tony Gullidge, you've been on fire for us. You've been really providing some great information. The great white capper. And welcome here today. Thanks for joining us again. Wealth of information. And let's just get right to the NFL with you, Tony. What are you thinking tonight with the Browns and the Bengals?
Hey, how's it going, Lou? I think I noted yesterday talking about this game how normal handicapping trends would lead me to probably take Cleveland in this game based on how poorly they played on the road in week one. I'm going to actually go against what I know is a pretty good betting trend here, and I'm going to take Cincinnati with Joe Burrow getting the 6 points. I think their defense can hang with a pretty rancid Browns offense. We'll see how this plays out tonight, but I'm going to go contrarian. I'm going against what I would normally do myself, and I'm actually going to play Cincinnati plus the points here tonight.
All right, Cincinnati plus the points. Obviously, if you've been watching the show, you know I'm pretty high on Burrow, and I got to say I'm a little worried here tonight. The 6, I feel it might be a little bit too late. It crossed some key numbers, 6, 7, 8. So I played him on Monday. I had the 8. I played him in a teaser. I got the 14. So I hit the first part of the teaser with Pittsburgh. I finished the teaser off Sunday with Arizona. So you're getting a teaser play here right now, guys. So, and I have plus the 14, but you're not going to get the 14 anymore. I'm probably going to buy some of that -6 on Cleveland. I'm probably going to see if I can grab that 5.5, and I'll grab some middle there. I think this is an opportunity for middle. I'm high on Burrow. There's no doubt about that, but we're going against, a lot of history in the NFL. That team that shits the bed on Sunday very rarely will shit the bed on national TV the following week. So I think that plays a little bit towards the over. And I think Cleveland will go out there. I mean, they're not facing Baltimore's defense this week. And that's what a lot of people might be missing here. I think Cleveland put some points on the board. I think Burrow gives America more to root for with him. And that's my opinion. So now you got a little idea what I got. You got a little idea what Tony's got. Dell, what are you thinking tonight in the football game?
Yeah, so for tonight's game, I actually like the Browns here. So kind of with that same thought process, I didn't like it going down from 8 to 6. I kind of like to be on the other side. But I really like the Browns here. It's kind of hard to trust Baker Mayfield. But I think this is going to be a run-heavy game. You got the Browns that were severely outmatched against the Ravens, right? So they got destroyed, embarrassed, but rightfully so. Ravens is a really good team. So, I mean, you can't take too much. You can't hold them to they only scored 6 points. They played against a really good team. They put a lot of pressure on Lamar Jackson. They got in his face a lot. Bengals don't have as good of an offensive line. I think they're going to get the same pressure on a rookie quarterback without a preseason. I think there's going to be turnovers here. I think the turnover factor might be a really good reason to take the Browns here with their rookie quarterback. Overall, I like the Browns here. I think that they have a really good team, a lot of good weapons. I don't think they're going to put the ball in Baker Mayfield's hand. I think it's going to be more of a running game with Hunt and Chubb. So I think I like the Browns here. I would lean under as well, but I really like the -6 here.
All right, I like the points you're making me a little worried about the over. I did have a lean on the over a few seconds ago, but you make some good points. Very well could be that running game. They're going to try to pound and ground in the dog pound to keep Burrow off the field, not giving him the opportunities to be this young superstar. And maybe he is a little overhyped. I'm not the only one that's hyping on Burrow, but it's easy to see the opportunity that this kid has in front of him. So, all right, so let's move over to game 2 on our schedule, the NBA. And we touched on it a little bit here tonight. So the Heat and the Celtics open up 1.5, losing in an overtime game. Defense really, the shot block at the end of the game was truly the winner, more so than the shot before. So, that really gave Miami game one. Now they open up 1.5-point favorites, these Celtics. They believe that the zigzag is on because it's up to 2.5. The total opens up 210 down to 209.5. I came with the under. It was clearly an overplay. Overtime meant nothing. The game was clearly an over. So I'll lay off that. My heart is on the Celtics. I don't believe, because of a 10-1 ticket. I'm not having a lot of confidence in that ticket. I know Dell's all over the Heat. Tony, what do you got with the Heat and the Celtics tonight?
Okay. Well, like you mentioned, exciting game one, big defensive play there at the finish. I think Miami's going to probably win this series. I've got it in 7 games, so I'm expecting a tight back and forth series the entire time. I'm going to go with Boston tonight to even this series. I think this is the spot. Like, these series like this, you try to get on it right at the beginning. You don't want to be on the wrong team and then trying to bounce back and forth. So I caught a break. I was on Miami game one. That was the right side. Now the obvious mentality is to always take the other team in game two. I mean, I've been doing this 30 years. When you get to the playoffs, this works. There's some mentality to the being against the wall. When you drop the first game of a series, you're always going to get that little something extra from the team that's behind. Doesn't mean they're going to win. Doesn't mean they're going to cover, but you expect and anticipate a little more effort from the team that's behind. You see it in these games. A team's up 20 at halftime, then the team that's behind 20 gives the little more effort, and then the team that's ahead kind of pulls the foot off. Same theory, same psychological angle here. Boston Celtics tonight in game two.
All right, Tony. Yeah, I got to agree with your theories. And, this is when we talk about the nuances of gambling that you're going to learn here. It's not so much about picking the winner every single time. If you listen to what Tony just delivered, he delivered the zigzag theory. These people are pros, and when they get embarrassed, they show up the next time. So the zigzag is very, very real. It has nothing to do with a lot of things except for human pride from professional athletes. And you have to follow that. That's the psychological end of gambling that you have to be on top of. So will it work tonight? I don't know if I want to back it. I know Tony obviously wants to back it. Dell, he's got a big ticket, so it's hard for him to back it. But what are you thinking on the game tonight, Dell?
Yeah, so I'm on the Heat for this series, but you're not going to bet them every single game. Like, I don't think they're going to sweep the Celtics or anything. So you can't just randomly just blind bet them with your heart every single game. This line going from 1.5 to 2.5 kind of pushed me off. I'm not going to be betting the Heat today. I think the Celtics is a good gambling bet play. I'm not going to be touching it full game. Maybe second half. I make a lot of second half bets. I might come back to it in the second half. But I think Celtics is a probably decent play here. But I'm not going to be pulling the trigger on that because I'm riding Heat. I'm cheering for the Heat. Hopefully the Heat sweep them. But I think Celtics is a pretty decent player.
Can't blame you there. Definitely. You can't bet them every single day. But one thing Tony touched on was you can catch these zigzag theories inside the live action all day long. Team goes down by 20 points, and all of a sudden you're getting them at a fabulous price, or a big fat dog that should have been that's a favorite that is coming back. So BettorCenter is really looking to evolve into that scenario. We're going to give you live action as it's happening 24/7, but it's not going to happen without your support, guys. So please go to the YouTube channel or sign on to the BettorCenter channel on Facebook. Like us, subscribe to us. So this way we can get more viewers out there and extend BettorCenter into live TV all day long. I want to be a thorn on the side of these pedophile pushers, guys. How's that? Anyways, I'm not getting into that, but the corporate world is not looking for you to win. How's that? All right. So that being said, let's go to a commercial. Come back with Tony C on the streets in front of Yankee Stadium. Be right back with you here on BettorCenter Live.
Brad Stein here, live from Las Vegas. Join us daily for BettorCenter Live with our professional handicappers, where you get sports information you can bet on. Stop gambling, start winning. BettorCenter Live.
Tony C., what do you got for us at Yankee Stadium today, buddy?
Well, what do I got? I'll tell you, I got the sounds of the city behind me here. I'm in the Bronx, New York. Yankees, I'll tell you, the Bronx Bombers are back. Boy, are they back with 20 runs 2 nights ago and 13 runs last night, 33 combined total runs in the last 2 games. Why don't we just let the cat out of the bag and let's just go for the over tonight, 9.5. What do you think of that? What do you think? But we got Chase Anderson tonight against Tanaka. Chase Anderson, I'll tell you, in 7 starts, he hasn't but gone 5 innings into the 5th. Only 5 innings twice this year in 7 starts. So I don't know if it's an adjustment to the American League. As of course, he started with Arizona Diamondbacks and then with Milwaukee, and now he's in the American League. I don't know. He's usually an above average, better than average pitcher, even going into the 6th inning. Or maybe he's having an off year, like I said, a transition year. The Toronto bullpen is getting taxed here. And they still got 4 games in Philadelphia starting tomorrow. So I don't see how they don't let Anderson, even if he gets into some trouble tonight, he's got to go at least 4. And with the Yankees hitting the way they're hitting, and they've won 7 in a row, we're looking at 8 in a row tonight. I don't see how in the hell these guys just don't. The over's the play tonight. You wanted the most interesting play. I guess it isn't that interesting. It's the most obvious play of the day would be the over New York Yankees. With that, Lou, what do you think?
Well, Chase Anderson, without a doubt, has been an over monster right now, 4 straight overs. And I'm going to bring in Chip and Ross, Chip Chirimbus, Ross Benjamin. Tony, stick around. We're going to talk about this game for a little bit. What do you guys think, Chip and Ross?
The Yankee team has exploded.
Hold on, guys. We missed you, Chip. Go ahead again, Chip. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Chip.
I'm saying, okay, in New York, the Yankees have just exploded. 6 home runs in each of the past 2 games. First time ever done in franchise history. Tanaka's on the mound. He's only 2-2. His ERA is very low. You don't expect him to go more than 5 innings. It's just the clue Aaron Boone does. He just yanks him right out. The Yankees have absolutely annihilated Toronto, and Toronto's been outscored something like 60-11 in their last 4 games. The way to go here, I think, is instead of laying a huge price with the Yankees, lay the Yankees because they have their hot bats, and the Bronx Bombers are back, as Tony said, and lay the run line. I'm not a run line guy. I don't like playing these big games, but the Yankees just seems to have players returning, even though Stanton went over 4 in his return. Aaron Judge is intimate. He's supposed to be playing today. And the Yankees have been really decimated the entire season by injuries. So the over most likely is a scenario as well. But I think the Yankees laying the runs is the way I would go here.
All right, Ross, go ahead. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I can't. Look, this is a game I'm going to stay away from. The Yankees look like the obvious play, and Chipper's right. I mean, I don't know how you could back Toronto right now, the way they're playing and the way the Yankees have dominated them, and their bullpen has been maxed out because of the runs they're allowing of late and not getting very good starting pitching. This is a game I think you could find better value on the board. Tony C makes a good point, but, everybody has seen the Yankees, what they've done the last 2 days offensively. And I go back to sometimes if it looks too good to be true when it comes to sports betting, it normally is. Not an opinion here, Lou. I think you could find a lot better value on the Major League Baseball board tonight.
Okay, Ross, I see value within the Yankees in a parlay. So, and I'm going to have that as my most interesting play. I got a 3-team parlay with the Yankees. I like Chip's idea. I mean, Yankees have been putting the runs on the board and on the run line. I kind of like Tony's observation of the overs. So that's my opinion. But you know what, Tony? You've been doing a great job for us traveling throughout the season. I just want to touch last week. You got kicked off the field because you were listening to the coach in the practice. And tell us what happened there. Now you almost got hit by a car over there because you're in Yankee Stadium trying to get us a good start.
Well, there was a scandal ensuing at University of North Texas. We did cover that on Tuesday. University of North Texas, the plus 14, that was on Tuesday. In fact, if we could just recap quickly the week going back to 1 week ago last Thursday, or we could count it as an eighth day. I was in Kansas City, Missouri, Arrowhead Stadium last Thursday to open up the NFL season. Friday in St. Louis at Busch Stadium. Saturday at Comiskey. I had Sunday off. Monday I was in Nashville, Tennessee. Tuesday, Dallas or Denton, Texas. University of North Texas. A travel day yesterday. Now I'm here in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. I'm 6 cities in 8 days. And I'll tell you something, I'm not even running for office. I'm on the campaign trail. I don't know what I'm the best road show. Hey, I'm the best road show since Barnum and Bailey. I'm out on the road here. So 6 cities in 8 days, and we'll see where I hit tomorrow. But, again, the most obvious play of the day, the Bronx Bombers are back. I don't know what that means. Again, Chase Anderson, a very good pitcher, has been pretty steady the last several years. I don't know if he's just having an off year. But, other than that, just to cover a little bit of the New York scene here, we've got the Islanders playing tonight. For you hockey fans out there, they face elimination up in the north of the border in Canada. I really see Tampa taking that one. The Mets are at Philadelphia tonight. I don't know if you guys are going to cover that game at all. Mets are at Philly. One other quick note about these two teams, Toronto at the Yankees tonight. The Yankees then go to Boston this weekend for the heated Boston-Yankee rivalry. From Boston, guess where the Yankees go? They go right back to Toronto. So Toronto heads to Philly, then home against the Yankees. These two teams face off for 3 more. I think you see more fireworks because Toronto can hit the ball at home. There's nothing like the friendly confines of your home stadium. So I would think the ball will take off even more. Of course, we're looking at another 5-6 days out, but that's just my opinion on these two teams. So they know each other, they play each other. But aside from that, everyone at BettorCenter, like I say, we provide a valuable service here. Hopefully, you guys are watching and listening. And we provide a service.
Thank you, Tony.
All right. Yes, we are the enemy of the bookie crew. We're the enemy of the bookie. For PT Barnum Bailey Circus, I'm signing off.
All right. Thank you, Tony. You know what? I think I'm going to send you to Buffalo next time so you can find out where the Blue Jays play their home games.
Hey, if you go to Buffalo, let me know. I'm only 60 miles away, Tony. And you could talk to me as long as you want. I won't cut you off like Louis Bag of Diamonds does. That's okay.
Hey, listen, Tony and I go back a good decade, and Lord knows Tony can really go and just keep on going and going and going. So can I. So don't be afraid. And as you see, Bride's not afraid to cut me off. So, all right, so let's cut off the Yankee talk right now, and let's get into your thoughts on the football game here tonight. Chip, Browns and Bengals, quick thoughts.
Well, my first thought is Tony has to worry more about a truck cutting him off than he does about you, because if he's going to be that close to the curb, he's got to take a step back. Tonight's football game? What? Tonight's football game, Cleveland, it's just an amazing game. We talked about this. We are doing the Browns game right now, right? I lost track. We have.
Sure, come on, why not?
Cleveland scored. This is the game we're doing, isn't it?
Bishop Gorman.
Cleveland comes up an 8-point favorite. Now it's down to 5.5 and 6 some places. And how could they be favored? Like, how did the bookmaker make them an 8-point favorite when they only scored 6 points last week? This doesn't make any sense to me in that regard. But we know that the Browns are a bunch of dogs. I mean, Beckham had his career low, targeted 10 times last week, 3 catches for 22 yards. A lot of grumblings about he wants out. He wants out of everywhere because he can't play by himself. He's got to play with other people, and he doesn't mix well with others. So taking Cleveland here would be really a risky play. I think it's I'm going to have him because it just doesn't make any sense to me. This Cincinnati club, the worst record in football last year, obviously, but they do have one of the best players, and I think he's going to have a great future. But that's the way I see it right now. I'd be on Cleveland before I take Cincinnati.
All right, Chipper. I got to give Odus a little bit of props here. He kind of, after not getting the attention last week, he stayed very humble. So that also gives me a little belief that maybe it is. It is. So that does scare me a little bit. They may go to him tonight. It may be a big night for him. Hopefully, not hopefully, but maybe the running game will open things up for him a little bit. Remember, Cincinnati, there's a reason why they're a worst team in football. They had terrible defense, and all they faced was the lowly Chargers offense. So as good as Burrow is or could be, they still have to slow them down and slow down really what could be a pounding running game here tonight to leave that door open for Beckham. What are you thinking, Ross?
Well, I'm thinking this. I'm very proud of you, Lou, because after 2 weeks of doing the show, you finally got his name down right from Burrow to Burrows. And Al Michaels even had his name right, too. Al Michaels, disappointing. I mean, you got to have these names down, Chipper. Anyway.
No, I don't even care. I don't know any players. I know numbers.
Tony doesn't know what city he's going to be in next, and he might have difficulty knowing where he is at this particular time. My buddy Chip, he has trouble knowing what day it is. He didn't know who was playing tonight. And I know they all blend in together. How hard he works. But anyway, the end result is Chipper picks winners. Who the hell cares what day it is? Going back to the football game. Look, here's the thing. It opened at 8, went down to 6. I will say this. I have a pickup for sale tonight at my website, rossbenjaminsports.com. I got the winning side. I have a 46-12 NFL betting angle that supports this play on one of the sides. That's close to 79%, folks. And again, I'm not talking about trends. I'm talking about betting systems. It applies to all teams and specific situations. Now, when I use this, and I want people to realize this, just because I have a betting angle on the game, I'm just not married to that. That's just an indicator to me. If I find something stronger above and beyond that, then we really we're in the money here. And I feel that's the case tonight. Now, as far as the total goes, I mean, you're looking at this opened at 46 and is down to 43. If you're a reverse player, you look at most of the money right now has gone to the over, yet this line has gone down, or this total's gone down 3 points. And that was an early move, guys. And this just in. The general public ordinarily doesn't jump all over a total. Their propensity is to be, if they're going to do so, is to bet the over. So for that line, or that total, I should say, to come down that drastically, that quick, leads me to have a small lean, if you're looking at the total tonight, on the under.
Very good points there, Ross. Without a doubt, when the early goes to the under, that's wise guy money, guys. It's as simple as that. The squares do not steam the under on Sunday or Monday. It doesn't happen. And if you want to become a sharper player, you need to pay attention to what happens on Sunday and Monday, and you need to jump in the party on Sunday and Monday so you can benefit the following Sunday and Monday. So very good points, Ross. Really appreciate that. Again, nuances of sports gambling, guys. It's not all about giving you winners and handing them to you on a silver platter. It takes a lot of work. It took a lot of years for us to pretty much learn these little angles and systems and however you want to label it. So, but great stuff, Ross. Really appreciate that. Now, let's get to our baseball games, most interesting plays of the day. So let's hit you up, Chip. What do you got for us today?
Well, I think that Philadelphia Met contest is a bit interesting because Seth Lugo comes out of the bullpen and has become one of the more solid starters for the Mets. 2-3 on the year. His ERA is about 2. But the thing about him, he's so untouchable. 27 innings, 36 strikeouts. Has only given up like 21 hits. But on the other side, Aaron Nola, his numbers are just as impressive. He has gone 56 innings with 77 strikeouts. And in these 56 innings, he's only allowed 36 hits. This makes me think this play is supposed to stay under. The Mets are a weak hitting team as it is, and Harper and Alonso, the two big studs for both clubs, are both mired in slumps. Harper's, I think, is 0 for 12, and Alonso's 1 for 18, or it's the other way. But either way, when these guys come to the plate, they're lost. As a matter of fact, they're beginning to remind me of Gary Sanchez. So this game should stay under the total, Phillies and Mets.
All right, Phillies and Mets under the total. Chip Chirimus's most interesting play of the day. And, we might have to change our name of our show to the Better Bunch, the dysfunctional family of degenerate gamblers who have turned into, we've turned into guys with some pretty good information. So I'm not going to hide behind the fact that there was a time I was so immersed in this game that it beat me up, and it beat me up pretty good. And it was those beatings that have turned everything around. And you know what happened? I stopped playing parlays, guys. That was it. I was playing parlays, taking shots, trying to hit the lottery ticket every day. It's not there. The lottery ticket's there occasionally. But if you don't have a system that's making you the money so you can play those lottery tickets, you'll never, ever enjoy hitting the lottery ticket, because it's usually just to get you maybe back to even if you're lucky, if you ever hit it. So, but the parlays that's why you see me break them into the favorites. I try to take that gambling out of them. And my most interesting play will be a 3-team parlay. But when I say that and I bash parlays, we need to understand why. But before I get into that, Ross, what do you got for your most interesting play of the day here today? I think we lost Ross's audio right now. So if he comes back on here real quick, I'll go right back to him. But meanwhile, I will do my most interesting play of the day, and that will be a 3-team parlay I'm rolling with here today. As you said, we got a lot of hype on the Yankees. It's definitely the position for them. They're the hottest team in baseball over the last 7 games, without a doubt. Yes, and then we will so I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to use the Yankees as one team in my 3-team parlay. I am also using the LA Dodgers in my 3-team parlay against Colorado. They've owned Colorado. You've seen me talk about it many times. So I am tying them up. They're $1.50 favorite, $1.55 favorite, and I'm going to use them with the Minnesota Twins. So that game is going in about an hour. So Minnesota, Dodgers, Yankees, 3-team parlay, going to cash you back a nice little ticket. But forget about the regular parlays at the $1.10, guys. You do that, you're going to start making yourself some money if you listen to us a little bit. So now, is Ross back with us? No, Ross? So unfortunately, we're going to miss Ross's most interesting play of the day. So let's hit it real quick with Dell. Most interesting play of the day. Dell's not there either.
Sorry, I'm here. I was muted for the rest of the
There we go.
All right. Sorry. All right. So for my most interesting play, I'm gonna be going to baseball. I like the under here between the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates here. I think it opened up at 9, down to 8.5. Most of the money's coming in on the over. About 65% I saw earlier today is on that over. Yet that line moved down. You got Hudson on the mound for the Cardinals. Probably Brault, not that great, but you assume that the Cardinals are going to win anyways. I like the under here. Cards, Pitt, under 8.5 is going to be my most interesting play of the game today.
All right, Cardinals in Pittsburgh, under 8.5. Dell's most interesting play of the day. And Tony Gullidge, you still with us for a most interesting play?
Yes, sir. Always ready with my most interesting play today in baseball. The most interesting play, I'm going to take Colorado against the Dodgers today at plus 150. I made a couple notes here about the pitching. Freeland better at home. Rockies are 4-2 in his 6 starts. And then the key for me is the pitching of Urias. While you look at his record, it's 3-0. The Dodgers are only 4-5 in his 9 starts. And this guy has lost laying some heavy juice. Last time he pitched, he's pitched against Colorado once this year. He was minus 280, and the Colorado Rockies won that game 7-6. So I see value on the Rockies. I like the matchup. I love the price the Rockies are getting at home here. I think you can sneak one in. It's one of the weaker links in the Dodgers rotation in terms of wins and losses for them as a team. You look at his stats, they don't look bad, but the Dodgers are under 50% in his starts. So, take that into consideration. You're getting a great price. Colorado with the numbers on their side, most interesting play. We did get the Cubs yesterday. and we're going to try to get the Rockies back them up today.
All right. I'm not biting on that one, Tony, but I'd love to say I wish you luck. I can't. I mean, I'm not going to, I can't. I'm still riding with my with my Dodgers. Urias, his last 6 starts, 4-2, but yes, he lost 7-6 his last outing. So they did have his number, and he's really never shut down the Rockies either. I pretty much love riding the Dodgers versus the Rockies because it's been a train that I've been on for quite a long time, 37-18 versus the Rockies the last 55 meetings. So tie them up in parlays. So I'm going to use that tonight. All right. That being said, I believe we've got them all covered unless Ross is with us. Is Ross with us for his most interesting play? Okay, no Ross for his most interesting play. We'll see him here tomorrow. I will see you all here tomorrow. Brad Stein will be back. But if you want to catch us, as soon as we're out there with the information, all you have to do is subscribe below to on YouTube to Louis Diamond or on Facebook to the BettorCenter webpage, the BettorCenter group. You'll get us live as soon as we come to you with the most informative sports information show you're going to find on the net. This is Louis Diamond. Thanks for joining us on BettorCenter Live.